We're back to chapter 5, video number 19, I believe, and we're going to move on to the next control, which is the open file dialog box here. So similar to the save, we went into our toolbox and we had to add a control, and that's a solution control, not a form control, called open the file dialog 1. And again, the name of that control was given by the default, and I actually never changed that because there's no need for it, because I'm only going to use that. And these are hidden controls, so I don't need that. All right, so let's have a look at it. When I run it, this one's a little bit different because this one I just added a little extra. So when I click on open a file, it does the open file dialog, not the save as, but the open. And basically it's looking for file information. So for example, we actually, in our previous example, in the course list, we had a file that we were dealing with called the courses.txt. Now, that's a good example of how this could work. We click on that, and when I click on open, we could take this and assign it to a variable and use different courses. So this is giving us more flexibility of opening up different text files in that case. All right, now if I do click open, the computer comes back and it actually added in the entire path because I never selected the path, and I click on open again. It says you pressed the OK button. Well, that's because I haven't really got it to do any functionality, so I just displayed an error message or a message box instead. Now if I click on open again and I click on cancel, the computer says, well, you need to pick a course and this again, and I click cancel, and it wants to find the folder and the course one more time. Now when I click on cancel one more time, it says, did you know you were pressing the cancel button? Okay, so how did that work? What did I do to make this happen? So inside of the open the file box, I do similar to what I did with the save. I take the open file dialog box and I basically show it. That's the first step. But inside there, I've got choices to make. Well, I could select the file and I could either click the open or the OK button or the cancel button. And based on which one of these I select will determine the direction of what I want to happen. So for example, if I was to just run a quick debug on this, and I go in and I select the open and do a quick debug, sure enough it'll open up the dialog box and it's asking for some input. So let's say I give it some, let's open up this file right here, and what do? I click the open or the OK button or the cancel button. So I'm going to ask the question. This is actually the OK button, and I think it's a bit of a misdirection from Visual Studio. That should say the open button, not the OK, but this is OK. Let's open it, or cancel. So if I click on the open button, let's see here, did I crash it with my, yeah, I think I might have. And then it says, okay, well this is true. I did click the open button. So that's true, and that's true. So it executes the error message, or the message box, you press the OK button. Similarly, if I was to do run this program again, and it opens up the dialog box. Okay, so we do the debugger, open the dialog box, and I click cancel this time. When I click cancel, the user has a choice. So I can direct, did I click the cancel button or the OK button? No, I didn't, so this fails. So where does the execution of the program go? When I click on cancel, it drops down here and it says, you pushed the cancel button. And that's what happened. In fact, I don't even really need this whole line because there's only one other button. But anyway, and it should display a message called, it should display a message like, where is it? Come on. Oh, what happened? It should have displayed a message. Did you know you're pressing the cancel button? For some reason, it's not doing that line of code because I haven't pushed the F11 to step in. There it is. Do you know you are pressing the cancel button? And that's how it's happening. So in this example, what we're really trying to do is open a dialog box, and based on what they select, if they select some information, we could direct the statements in here. If they push the cancel button, we could direct the statements here and get the computer to do appropriate actions. So this open and save dialog box buttons are fantastic when you're doing a program like the course list and you're adding files or changing files or whatnot. All right, we'll see you in the next video.